Salut tout le monde. Hi everyone. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we have an exciting session ahead as we dive into paper 2 of your business studies exam. I'm here to explain everything you need to know to ace this paper. So let's get ready for an engaging and informative session. By the end of this video, you will feel confident and well prepared to tackle paper 2. So grab your notebooks, take notes, and let's make the most of this learning experience together. So we are looking at the paper 2 structure. Same as we have seen for paper 1, the component is a case study 1, paper 2 case study 1, and you will be allocated 1 hour 30 minutes, and the marks allocation is same as for paper 1, 80 marks. Again, the skills assess will be same as for paper 1, that is knowledge and understanding, application, analysis, and evaluation. And the structure of the paper will be of 4 structured questions, which are based on an unseen case study. And finally, the percentage of qualification is 50%. So you will have a sample of the case study here. I'm taking this case study from your POS exam, Cambridge POS exam paper, Tandip Toys, and you will have Appendix 1, Appendix 2, and Appendix 3. So let's move on to the types of question. Question A is like this, one type of question A, which is 8 marks question. Ça veut dire question 1, 2, 3, 4, partie A. Okay, you will have 4 part A questions. And this part A question will be divided into three type, three model. So the first one is like this. Explain 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages of setting up a business as a private limited company. D'accord? This type of question is a general question. Sa type question-là, je vous trouvez, vous êtes, c'est en général, which means that there is no application marks. D'accord? Pas dans aucune application, pas dans pour servir case study. Je travaille directement. D'accord? What are the skills being assessed? Only knowledge and analysis. That is 4 marks for knowledge and 4 marks for analysis. The second type of question, again, part A, explain one likely advantage and one likely disadvantage for Tandip if he decides to import the push chairs he sells. Okay, this type of question it is like one advantage and one disadvantage only. Okay? For the advantage, the mark allocation is 4 marks, and for the disadvantage is again 4 marks. And the skills being assessed, again, knowledge 2 marks, application 2 marks, and the analysis part is 4 marks. Here, you will have to use the case study to gain the 2 marks application. Vous êtes obligé de servir cette case study. D'accord? Vous êtes lire cette case study, vous êtes obligé de servir case study là pour vous capable gagner un point, un mot depuis la case study là pour vous capable mettre deux réponses pour vous gagner ça 2 points application là. D'accord? Tout à l'heure, pour vous montrer ce modèle. And the third part for question A is like this. Explain 2 advantages here. 2 advantages, you will have to explain 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages of VP's restaurant managers. VP's restaurant managers is the application part, the case study one, delegating tasks to the assistant managers. the business terminology here is delegation. You will have to provide two advantages and two disadvantages. And the skills being assessed are knowledge and application only. 4 marks for knowledge and 4 marks for application. All right. And for part B, again, you will have 4 part B questions. And this will be divided into 2 parts. Vous pouvez avoir 4 parties B, 4 questions partie B, et que chaque question B, les 12 points, d'accord, et que les diviser en 2 parties de façon, et que tout à l'heure, de toute façon, nous pouvons élaborer sur ça. The first part is the 3 options question together with its conclusion, and the second part is 2 options question with the recommendation or conclusion. Now let's move on to the marks allocation in a summary version. So A, 8 marks. You will have one question based on 4 marks knowledge and 4 marks analysis. Again, one question based on 4 knowledge or 4 application. And the other 2 questions, the other 2 part A questions will be 2 knowledge, 2 application, and 4 analysis. While for the part B, 12 marks question, it will be divided into 3 levels. Level 1, 1 to 4 marks, level 2, 5 to 8 marks, and level 3, 9 to 12 marks. D'accord? Pour partie A, nous prenons 2 questions. Ça veut dire nous prenons une question qui 4 points knowledge, 4 points analysis. C'est nommé ça une general question. Je vais vous appliquer. Deuxième, c'est là je vous appliquer. Ça veut dire nous prenons une question générale avec une question que les en 4 parties, 4 options. Ça veut dire 4 knowledge et puis 4 applications. Et que nous prenons 2 questions que je vous ai expliquer. D'accord? Based on the given case study. D'accord? Pour B maintenant, pour 12 points, on va on a deux questions, différents types de questions, et que ce mark allocation, les vendors 3 levels. Et que nous faisons aim higher level, à mesure nous continuons pour expliquer ça. Okay, let's move on to the part 8 questions, 8 marks question. Okay. This one is the first type of 8 marks question. You will have to read the question well, and you need to identify the business terminology, the business term. Example, explain 4 barriers to communication for a business. The business terminology here is the chapter communication, and the specific part in this chapter is the barriers to effective communication. All right? And this one is a general question. Remember, there is no application in this type of question. You will not be awarded for application marks. Only 4 marks for knowledge and 4 marks for analysis. D'accord? Je ne pas prendre aucun point pour application ici, pas perdre le temps. D'accord? Nick, je provide the knowledge avec je t'expliquer. Simple. For example, barrier 1, problems with the sender. 1 barrier to effective communication, say problems with the sender. You are awarded 1 mark for knowledge. Now you need to explain. D'accord? The second one is problems with the medium. The third one, problems with the receiver. And the fourth one is a channel chain of command, maybe too long. D'accord? Si on living donne seulement ça. Okay? If a student has just listed the barriers, so he or she will be awarded only the 4 marks for knowledge. You need to explain each barrier so that you will be awarded the another 4 marks for analysis. Je vous explique chaque barrier pour être capable de gagner 4 points pour analysis. Nous allons ensemble. So, the analysis mark for barrier 1 is they may use language that includes jargon or technical terms, so do not understand instructions. So you will have to explain the problem with the sender so that you can be awarded the 1 mark for analysis. The second barrier is problems with the medium. The wrong medium is used, such as putting an urgent message on a notice board, so it may not be seen immediately by workers. The third one, the problems with the receiver. If a meeting is used and it goes on a long time, then the receiver may stop listening. And the final one is the channel or chain of command may be too long. The message passes through too many people, which may be distorted. Okay, this is a model answer for the first type of 8 marks question. I just want to remind you that you will have only one question like this for paper 2, for this paper 2. Okay, let's move on now. Okay, for the time allocation, say just a rule 1 minute, 1 mark, 1 minute. So here, 8 marks question is equal to 8 minutes. The second type of 8 marks questions makes reference to the case study, explain 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages of VPs, restaurant managers, delegating tasks to the assistant managers. So again, read the questions well, identify the business terminology. Here, it is about delegation, and the application part is VPs, restaurant managers. So you will have you will be assessed on the 2 skills, knowledge 4 marks, application 4 marks. D'accord? Ici, pour cette question-là, c'est 4 points knowledge, 4 points application. Je vous ai servi de case study pour être capable gagner ce point pour application. Okay, first one is reduce workload for the restaurant managers. Advantages, l'avantage pour managers là. Qui peut arriver, c'est a reduction in the workload for the restaurant managers. C'est parce que c'est les peut déléguer ce ban travail pour ban à ce ban assistant managers. Okay, the first knowledge point, c'est reduce workload for the restaurant managers. What will happen? Okay, application maintenant, c'est they can then focus on the most important task at the fast food restaurant and make better decisions. Okay, here the application mark is fast food restaurant. All right, but you have seen that the student has written in a in a line, in a sentence, just like we explain. We just can't put the application there. We need to write in a proper sentence so that we will be awarded the 1 mark for application. The second advantage is the restaurant managers are less likely to make mistakes. Restaurant managers are less likely to make mistakes, knowledge, so they can focus on specific tasks such as marketing new menus. Marketing new menus is application from the case study. Disadvantage maintenant, c'est restaurant managers could lose some control over subordinates. Lose some control over subordinates, c'est knowledge mark for the first disadvantage. What will happen? The mistakes may be made, leading to worse reputation if food is served longer than 5 minutes after ordering. Longer than 5 minutes after ordering, say the application mark. And the final disadvantage, restaurant managers may be reluctant to give up some control, may be reluctant to give up some control, knowledge, if assistant managers do a good job carrying out the delegated tasks such as ordering new ingredients for the meals. All right, so this part, ordering new ingredients for the meals, is a application mark. Okay. Again, as a 8 marks question is equivalent to 8 minutes. So let's move on to the third type of 8 marks questions. So we will have 2 parts here. And the question is as follows. Explain 2 possible reasons why VP wants to expand. Expansion is a business terminology, business growth, and the marks allocations are 2 marks for knowledge, 4 marks for analysis, and 2 marks for application. So the first reason is to gain higher profits for the owners. Why expansion? This a knowledge part is to gain higher profits. For whom? Say the owners. Analysis maintenant. This is so because expansion is likely to increase revenue. The first analysis, as VP will sell its product in more markets. What will happen next? Of increased revenue, say VP will sell its products in more markets. Second marks for analysis part. The higher profits should allow the shareholders of VP to be paid higher dividend. Application mark shareholders of VP. That's all for 4 marks. Now another 4 marks. Say reason 2, to gain from economies of scale. One benefit of business growth is economies of scale. Next, what will happen? If VP is buying food ingredients in bulk purchase, what will happen? It might receive a discount for the bulk purchases. Right? Say bulk buying leads to bulk discounts for the bulk purchases. Therefore, the firm might decrease. Therefore, the firm might decrease its price and become more competitive. The second part for analysis. Okay. Now we have completed with the third type of 8 marks questions. Again, 8 marks, 8 minutes. Now we move on to part B. 12 marks. Okay. Two options type of 12 marks questions. Here we have joint venture and franchising as options. So again, you need to read the question well. Consider the benefits and limitations. Benefits and limitations of the following 2 ways VP can enter a new market in another country. Which way should VP choose? Justify your answer. Right? Now we have to identify the business terminology. Here it is entering new markets abroad in another country. And we have to choose either joint venture or franchising. Eh bien, vous êtes, c'est deux options, two options question. Ça veut dire ici de nous joint venture soit franchising. Qui nous vous a fait? C'est nous vous a provide benefits, l'avantage et puis désavantages. Okay? You will need to explain the benefit for joint venture and limitation for joint venture. D'accord? Je vous explique l'avantage and disadvantage pour joint venture and one advantage of franchising and one disadvantage of franchising so that you can get the maximum marks. Okay? Next point, c'est Voilà. Explain means level 1 analysis and level 2 analysis. Level 1 analysis is limited analysis, whereas level 2 analysis is developed analysis. Okay, ça veut dire you will need to provide at least 2 sentences for analyzing a particular knowledge point. Je vous ai écrit 2 fois, ok, deux phrases pour ce que je peux analyser. Ça veut dire que je peux develop your analysis. D'accord? Ça, c'est pour analysis. Nous pouvons ça ensemble là. Whereas for recommendation conclusion, you should justify the option chosen. The first one, c'est je vais choisir soit joint venture or franchising. You should justify the option. What is meant by justify? If you're choosing joint venture, you will have to say why joint venture. Okay, but without full repetition of the previous analysis. Without full repetition of the previous analysis. Si vous pouvez dire joint venture sur l'avantage de recommendation, ou pas gagné droit copier ça qui finit dire là-haut. Pas gagné droit remettre même affaire. Okay? Without full repetition of the previous analysis, be applied to the case. Remember, in the recommendation part, you will need to provide one application. You will need to write in the business context. Vous êtes obligé de mettre application de recommendation. And make reference to why the alternative option was rejected. Si on choisit a joint venture, d'accord, vous êtes dire qui fait un reject franchising. D'accord? Je vous besoin dire qui fait why you have rejected the alternative option. Correct? Nous guettons ensemble. Joint venture. VP will share the risk and costs of setting up the fast food chain in another country with its partner in the joint venture. The first line is the knowledge point. What will happen? This may help. This may help VP to borrow less capital to expand into the other country. The first green sentence is the first analysis part, and the next line and can also share know-how and expertise is develop analysis. Faire ressortir qui sa phrase coulevée là, c'est première analysis. Comment vous avez écrit de l'examen? C'est première analysis, level 1 analysis qu'on utilisait tout à l'heure. This may help VP to borrow less capital to expand into the other country. Là, vous avez continué avec qui pour arriver. And can also share know-how and expertise. D'accord? Ça, c'est the form analysis. Et pour des avantages aussi, je vous ai écrit pareil. However, there may be management conflicts between the two businesses. This may lead to arguments and inefficiency. Voilà, ça c'est the first part of analysis and hence leads to higher costs. What will happen? And hence leads to higher costs. All right. Now, let's see for the franchising part. VP will receive franchise fees from the different franchisees. As VP is operating as a franchisor, what will happen? He will VP will collect franchise fees from the different franchises of using the brand, VP brand. So what will happen? This will increase VP's profits, hence making a return from the expansion for low investment from VP. However, we are providing the limitation in the same paragraph. However, the franchisee has information about the food ingredients and recipes of VP and may use these when the franchise agreement has expired. D'accord? Là, c'est the first limited analysis. What will happen next? It could develop a better version and become a competitor. The second develop analysis box. Right? Now, let's move on to the conclusion part. So, forming a joint venture is the best way to overcome the problems of entering a new fast food market. Now we are recommending to examiner to use joint venture. rather than franchising. And we need, as we have said, that we have to write our answer conclusion in the business context. All right? C'est to overcome the problems of entering a new fast food market. C'est application de case study là. We are making reference to the case study by writing problems of entering a new fast food market in another country. Next, which VP is unfamiliar with, as this will enable VP to understand this new market by gaining knowledge from this other business. So we have to explain our answer why joint venture is the best way. The local business will be able to advertise. We are developing our analysis now. The local business will be able to advise and guide VP on the best locations to choose and the best meals to serve to meet local demand and successfully enter this market. Now we have to say why we are rejecting franchising. Franchising should not be chosen as a franchisee may provide poor service, first analysis and lead to a poor brand image of VP. This is develop analysis, further analysis. D'accord? Fais bien attention pour conclusion visit, mon reference summary. C'est you will have to recommend, je vous recommande, entre ces deux-là, je vous recommande N. D'accord? Et que je vous dire why. Et comment nous dire why? C'est je vous provide un new advantage. D'accord? Je vous mettre un nouvel avantage ici et que je vous explique lui. Je vous dire qui fait, ça va expliquer bien. Correct? Qui va vous dire new, je n'ai pas le droit de copier ça que je viens d'écrire là-haut. C'est je vous mettre nouvel avantage. Explique-lui et que je vous ai dit qui fait un reject l'autre option là. Comment nous l'écrire ici? D'accord? Ça c'est two options question. Let's move on to the three options type of 12 marks questions. Using Appendix 3 and other information, consider how the following three changes in country Z may affect VP. D'accord? Nous avons trois. Here we have three options. Increase in interest rate, depreciation of country Z's exchange rate, new legal controls which require all restaurants to list the ingredients in their meals. Ça c'est the three changes in country Z and how these may affect VP. Which change is likely to have the greatest effect? Now we will have to recommend, we'll have to provide the greatest effect on VP's profit, and you will have to justify your answer. D'accord? Our business terminology is referring to economic spot, interest rate, exchange rate, etc. You need to explain one advantage or disadvantage for each option. Soit l'avantage, dépend comment je peux expliquer, ok? Soit advantage or disadvantage, mais you will have to explain well. Okay, just like we have seen earlier, explain means level 1 and level 2 analysis, and the recommendation is same. Just I want to add the 12 marks question is equal to 12 minutes. So please respect the time given so that you will be able to complete all the part B questions. So let us see the model answer. Increase in interest rate. As VP is a public limited company is application here. So just to remind you that you will need to provide application in the conclusion as well. So as VP is a public limited company, it is large and may enjoy financial economies of scale. This may lead to relatively lower interest rates charged on bank loans and smaller businesses, and hence the second analysis part, and hence reducing the impact of the interest payable on the loans. However, this part you may write or may not write. I usually advise a student to write the disadvantage as well. However, VP might experience higher fixed costs from interest paid, which is likely to lead to lower profit. D'accord? Ça, partie des avantages, les pas des bonnes zut, mais normalement, mon petit encourage les élèves pour at least mettre de la ligne là-dedans. C'est parce que l'examinateur, les dit nous qui evaluation marks, les pas nécessaires de conclusion, mais aussi dans le ban body. All right. The second part is depreciation of country Z's exchange rate. Imported food or ingredients will now cost more. What will happen? This will lead to higher variable costs and hence possibly lower profit margin, or it may pass on the higher costs in form of higher prices to customers. And the third one, the new legal controls which require all restaurants to list the ingredients in their meals. This will increase costs of rewriting all menus and time taken to work out and list all the ingredients in meals knowledge. This will need to be repeated every time a new meal is added to the menu and hence increases costs both in the short run and possibly the long run. Now we are left with the conclusion one. Okay. For the conclusion marks, you will be awarded from 9 marks to 12 marks. That is 4 marks for the conclusion. And it should be in the context, that is the case study. D'accord? Ça veut dire, si je ne finis travail, ces 3 options-là, c'est je gagne 8 points maximum. Maintenant, pour conclusion, je gagne 4 points. Et que ces 4 points-là, il faut besoin de contexte, obligé de contexte. Nous mettons les ensemble. Increase in interest rates will have the greatest effect on profit because VP will need to take out large bank loans. Because VP will need to take out large bank loans to finance the expansion in another country, leading to what will happen? Leading to a large increase in cost from the interest payable, which will reduce VP profits. Again, nous avons deux parties analysis là-dedans, leading to large increase in costs, which will reduce VP profits. D'accord? Là, nous finissons d'expliquer. Maintenant, why we have rejected the other options. Depreciation will have little effect as ingredients are only small proportion of costs and only 30% of ingredients are imported. C'est 30% of ingredients are imported, c'est the application mark in your conclusion. The new legal controls will have little effect on profit as these are a relatively small cost and the menus are printed regularly anyway when the menus change with the new meals. Right? This is a perfect model for the conclusion part. For the three part options question, so quitte bien vous êtes, c'est pas le modèle qui nous êtes. Si je ne réussis travail comme ça, avec un skills qui nous êtes là, avec code pour appliquer les skills là, la façon comment pour écrire, c'est définitivement the coup Excel dans paper 2. Ok? Bon, voilà, on termine avec paper 2. Paper 2. Ok, papier nous fini faire la dernière fois. Again, I thank you for your attention and I wish you good luck for your exam. Thank you again. Take care. Bye.